So I'm going to be talking a little bit about this 18th century recueil de chansons. It's actually a manuscript, meaning that all of this is handwritten and not printed. So that's really interesting because normally when you think of 18th century books, we think of printed books and the rise of print, but this is really not the case. So a couple of interesting things here. First of all, I want to point out that there's a lot that I don't know about this book, and that's what's exciting to me, and that's what I'm hoping to figure out more this term is kind of all these discrepancies and mysteries about this book. So first of all, we know that this was from the 18th century because of this stamp here from the library of this person named Mérard de Saint-Just here. So that says from the library of this person. And actually, if we do a little bit of research online, we know that it's from the library of Simon-Pierre Mérard de Saint-Just. And an interesting discrepancy here is that the Taylor institution notes that it's from his library, but there is no record of this book in his official catalog. So that's another interesting point, another question we have here. But I guess what I find most interesting about this book is everything I don't know. So I'm going to describe a few of those things right now. First of all, we have these pages cut out here. And this is at the very beginning. So we have, again, the library stamp right here. And then there's this text right here. And it seems to go right into a song on this page. So we know that there are several pages missing. So again, another mystery that it would be interesting to find more about. And then another thing I want to describe is that if we look at all this beautiful handwriting here, we notice that some of the pages, for example, I'm going to scroll to one, like for example here, there's a word crossed out and rewritten. That happens actually quite a bit in this manuscript. So again, this is another page here where that's happening. So another thing I want to find out over the course of the term is how to read this better, because I feel like it's quite hard to read this handwriting from the 18th century, a lot harder than reading in French, and reading in French is already hard, so hopefully I'll get better at it over the course of the term. And then one last thing, if we go to the very end of the book, I'm just saying all my questions I have now. If we go to the very end of the book, we notice that the handwriting here is very different, and again, I'm not quite sure why. It seems to be still songs, so this is an entire book of songs, but it's in a very different hand, and even several pieces of writing in the margins here, so there's kind of a lot going on. So a lot to investigate. Stay tuned.